What's going on, good people? You know what time it is. It's the Birdcage LLC. You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button on the way in. We got you covered. It's the Birdcage. Let's go.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
What's going on, good people? You know how we get down. You either get right or you get left. We actually are in here tonight getting ready to get this thing started. This is just one of the nights that all you can do is just sit back and shake your head when we talk about this team. But man, we got a lot more that's gonna come. We got K-Dub in the building, and then we also have a special guest in the building. We have Mr. Debo Vibes in the building. What's going on, gentlemen? How y'all doing tonight?
Hey man, fantastic. How your boys doing this evening, man?
Good, my guy. K-Dub, your mic's muted, man. Well, while he's getting that situated or whatnot, what's going on with you, Debo? How you been?
Man, I've been doing good, doing good. You know what I'm talking about? Just sit back, relaxing, and just seeing how we gonna do things with the Atlanta Falcons, man. It's a very, very pivotal game. It could be a season changer in one capacity or the other, whether it be a win or a loss. So real interested to see what kind of adjustments can be made in reference to that right there. But we just gotta see what happens, man. But I do have my thoughts. So I have a lot of thoughts in reference to the organization and what they've been saying verbally in public over the past 4 days from all aspects that are very disappointing in my opinion. But other than that, man, hey man, it's football. Hey, we Falcons fans no matter what, so we gotta see what happens, bro.
Man, you know how it goes. Let's see if K-Dub's got his mic straight. You there?
How y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
We hear you now.
All right. Just a little technical difficulty. Sorry, Birdcage. Sorry, Debo. Sorry, Story. And glad to be in the building tonight. Let's get into this matchup with the New England Patriots. We're gonna turn this thing around, like it says on the marker down there. Let's try to turn this since they're not firing anybody.
Well, getting to it, man. All I can say is at this point, it's just a lot of things that you got to sit back and you just have to take into account with this team at this point right now. Yeah. And the thing is, this is just the beginning. But we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started, man. And before we get to the matchup with the Patriots or whatnot, man, we got a few things that we're gonna talk about tonight. We know when it comes to this team, and one of the things that stood out this week was an interview that was with Domino and pretty much our guy Nick Cellini. So if you remember Nick Cellini from back in the day, he used to be on Sports Night. And this is going to be the first thing we start off with because it seems like a lot of people have a lot to say about how this happened this week with the Falcons. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. I'm not even going to hold back on this. We're going to go ahead and play the first snippet of this interview This is Rich McKay on the interview earlier this week, and this is just a little something that we heard, and it came from his mouth. We got a few snippets we're going to go through, and we're going to break that down before we get to the New England game.
Involved are you in the day-to-day operations of what's going on?
So that's a good. Okay, that's a good question. I'm the CEO, so that's my responsibility. Greg is the president and runs the day-to-day. I'm probably there one day a week. I would say I go up. I'd say that the operation is, listen, you know, we lost a football game this week and a home game, and it's a really tough one for everybody, especially for our fan base. The season is still got a long ways to go, and we've got a lot of games to play. And that's one thing I think Raheem, I didn't hear all of his press conference yesterday, but I heard some of it. And I thought he did a good job of reframing and refocusing, which is an important thing for him to do. But listen, anybody that's involved in the organization, none of us are happy with what transpired on Sunday. We didn't win a game, and it wasn't a good game. But I think you get in Raheem and the way he led us, you got to refocus and you got to get ready.
So let's go ahead and start off with this, because the first thing, now let's go ahead and say this. Now I got to come from a business perspective first. Now, before we get to the fan side of it, as a businessman, you have to understand the man is employed, the man has a job. So he's not going to throw anybody under the bus or put anything out there that doesn't need to be out there. He's not Brian Gutekunst up in Green Bay. That situation with him and Aaron Rodgers got real nasty and personal. With the way that things have been going with Atlanta, Rich McKay is a different cut above. He's not going to give the media anything to run with, especially the local media, because of what goes on in the city if you pay attention to the radio. But credit to Nick Sirianni and Chris Domino for holding his feet to the fire and keeping him accountable. And that was just starting it off. So when you hear this, I'm going to let Debo start this one. Debo. So when you hear the interview with Rich McKay in that first snippet, we got a couple of snippets we're going to go through today. But how do you feel he answered that right off the bat, talking about what his role is as the CEO of this team? Pretty much.
Well, here's the deal, bro. Like when Nick Sirianni asked that question, and he off the rip said, "Oh, that's a good question." What do you mean that's a good question? You know what I'm saying? So you off the rip like you're throwing off like he's simply asking what's your responsibilities, what's your roles with the organization, and he kind of breaks things down. First of all, I gotta watch my language on the show. My bad. My bad. He sat there and said, "I'm in the building at least one time a week." I find that hard to believe. This man has been part of the Falcons organization for many, many years. He's very, very close with Arthur Blank. I strongly disbelieve that he's only there once a week. I could be wrong. Like I say, he's been doing it way more longer than most. So that part. But the second part, in reference to him talking about Raheem and everything, and he said something. Oh, we lost a game. We lost a game on Sunday. It goes far more than that. You didn't just lose a game. You lost to a game to a team that walked in with one win themselves, with the damn man walking as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? And then we get not only lose, we got blown out. You know what I'm saying? 34-3. I say 34-3. I know the final score is 34-10. That last touchdown was a garbage touchdown, and we just happened to score it, and we barely scored that. So you know, and him talking about, and you're right. Historian, when you say that, hey, you know, he's a professional, he's a CEO, he's a president. You gotta say all the right things, but after a while, you're saying all the right things, but everybody in the world listening to it knows that's bunk. So, you know, off the rip, you know what I'm saying, when the interview started, I was like, this is not gonna bode well for the Atlanta Falcons fan base, because he's not gonna say anything that, you know what I'm saying, that's no reassurance. First of all, no reinsurance. And that's just an intro right there. So that's my interpretation of the way the interview started.
Man, before we get on, got to welcome one of the other members to the cage tonight. We have Graybeard in the building. Probably going to have another member joining us a little bit later with Coach Cam, maybe. But, you know, depends on how his schedule works with coaching these high school kids or whatnot. Welcome, Graybeard. Appreciate you for tapping in. I know you've been out there driving driving and getting that bread today. So
Yeah, I would have.
rest.
Yeah, man, what's going on, fellas? Man, coming from my
What's
tardy,
going on, man?
my boy Debo.
What's up,
Vine,
Gray?
But it is, homie, and K Dub all week in the clutch. But man, I would have been on freaking iPhone getting on my nerve. All I got to say. But I would have been on here. But anyway, my bad, man. Just good to be on the show with my brother, man. Good to see y'all.
So since Debo broke down the first one, because we got a couple of snippets, I'm gonna let K Dub get the second one or whatnot, and then I'm gonna let you get the third one. But I'm gonna chime in on pretty much on these here because we got a lot that we got to get to. So we're all just gonna rotate and move around. So this is pretty much the next question that he got when he talked about the role of how what his day-to-day role is. So K Dub, I'm gonna let you have this one, and I'm gonna chime in with you.
Okay. I think you have Arthur's ear too much. I think you're too involved in it, and others feel the same. What say you?
You're certainly entitled to say whatever that's what you guys do. I would say to you that I know the role I'm supposed to play. I'm supposed to help on the business side. I'm supposed to help when we come to big decisions on the football side to give Arthur whatever views it may be. But I haven't tried for years to be on the football side. That's not my role.
Man, so K Dub. So when you heard him say that just now, and I apologize if this didn't come out. So if the folks in the chat, if you can hear it clearly, give us a thumbs up or whatnot. But I know everybody on the panel heard it. But in your opinion, K Dub, when you hear Rich McKay say that, what does that take you in the mindset of?
Bold-faced lie.
Thank you.
But like you said, he has to be officially PC correct. So he's gonna say the things to the media and think that we like we're boo boo the foo foo, like we just fell off a turnip truck. I mean, we're not stupid, man. We know that you are tied to the hip with Arthur. As the older you get, the smaller your circle gets of people that you trust. He trusts you with all his might. So when a big decision comes up, even if you're supposed to not be involved anyway, you're gonna add your 2 cents in that we didn't ask for. So Arthur Blank needs to do is, but he needs to hand over the keys to his son. And when he goes, Blank will go. Not Blank, McKay will go, because they are both tied to the hip. Because once his father is off being able to, travel the world on his yacht, golf, and get away from the franchise, McKay just go ahead and go with him. Y'all could be best buds together from the franchise. I think that the only you'll see McKay leave is when Arthur Blank hands it over to his son. But until then, fellas, I think we're going to be in a long haul and a long road. What I think about that snippet is stop the line, stop the cap, like these little young kids say. Stop capping. You know what I'm saying? Because and I know all too well, that you got your hands all in the pot to be touching them collard greens.
And here's the crazy part about it, K Dub. When you sit there and you talk about how McKay has literally BS'd around about everything at this point, and you're seeing how this is ending up. This is not good because of the fact that we understand that you got bills to pay, and you're not going to throw the organization under the bus because, first off, you're on the competition committee too. And that is door to becoming the commissioner of the NFL. That is a huge doorway. So at this point, it's just not good when you sit back and you're saying that, well, I really don't have a daily role except for being the CEO. And here's the thing. We understand that you're not publicly having a hand in things, but with you being the CEO, you have a ton of pull in that franchise. Your voice is as heavy. StreamYard, and here we go with this, but that's okay. Your voice is just as heavy as the fridge was in 1985. That's pretty much how heavy your voice is at this point. And if you don't know who the fridge is, ladies and gentlemen, please look up the 1985 Chicago Bears and look at William the Refrigerator Perry. That's who I'm speaking of. And you talk about it, it's just ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous that when somebody holds you accountable, you can't even answer that question straightforward, or at least give a better answer at this point. That's just me. But and the next thing that we have, Gray, I got this one for you. This is gonna be yours, and then I have one more snippet, and then we're gonna go on and keep deciphering this because this is just crazy. But here you go.
Simple. There is venom that now exists because it seemed to be the coaching staff didn't do what needed to be done last year. Therefore,
my boy Historian will be back, but if you don't know who Refrigerator Perry is, you've been living under a rock.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, that part. That part.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna play it again for you because I see that did not come out right, and that I'm gonna start it over again for you. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we having some slight technical difficulties, but guess what? We gonna march on through. This is Rich McKay speaking on pretty much how he dodged the question, and we're gonna let you guys decipher that. Here you go. This is Rich McKay.
simple. There is venom that now exists because it seemed to be the coaching staff didn't do what needed to be done last year. Therefore, you pay the price this year when we all go, I wonder if they're doing the right thing this year.
I hear you. I hate to use a phrase, but I'll use a phrase. I'm on to New England, and that as you guys would imagine, and I don't. When you lose a game the way we lost a game this week, I'm not dismissing the emotionality. Is that a word?
Yeah,
not a
that'll work for the sake of the conversation.
Yeah, it'll work.
I get that, but I think we have to stay focused on the course and focused on the moment and the moment.
Now, from what you're hearing, Graybeard, I want your honest opinion on this because we literally are getting ready to go ahead and, as my old former doctor, surgeon, orthopedic surgeon, Mr. Dr. Stephen Lucy, rest in peace, Jaguars orthopedic, one of the best in the country at the time when he was alive. We getting ready to go ahead and fillet this thing wide open, just like a fresh ACL reconstruction. So go ahead and put this out. How do you feel from what you've heard in this situation?
Man, this man just did a freaking matrix dodge with that question, man. That was crazy. He literally okay, so he pretty much dodged why is the coaching so inept from this year to this. I mean, from last year to this year, because it seemed like we just repeating Groundhog Day. That's pretty much what it kind of like Groundhog Day, because we're looking at the coaching, we're looking at the inconsistency on the offensive side of the ball, and then when we get to this year where it's supposed to be fixed, even though our quarterback did not play a full season, he had 4 games under his belt previous to the season, it's still a disconnect. And of course, you know, Rich, the Dodger McKay, just dodged that question altogether. And he tried to make it seem like don't live in the past, live in the present type of anchor. God, man, all you can do is laugh, because I think he's starting to see the frustration, not only from the radio station but from the fan base. Like, bro, they're supposed to have been fixed already. Cause what's the excuse now? So I mean, you keep saying you're not your hand are not on anything, but let's just keep it a buck. You're the CEO. There ain't one CEO in that owns any business that doesn't have his hand on anything, but just looking. Yeah. Name one CEO you know that. Name one.
No. But here's the thing. He's never going to speak negatively against.
You should.
I mean, in any profession that you have, you're not going to speak negatively against your boss, because that's going to cause you grounds of termination at that point. In the military, guess what? You speak bad against your supervisor, you could end up losing your career. You could lose a paycheck. You could possibly do jail time. So, I mean, you got to understand, he was playing the fiddle, but
He had to.
But
I get that.
But we call BS because at the end of the day, bad draft picks. I stand on that. You know, we've made some splashes. This year was a very good draft. Last year was somewhat halfway decent or whatnot, because again, we're still not getting the fruits of our labor with that first draft class that Terry Fontenot had, because injuries and guys just not being up to snub. The draft class this year has been the best under Terry Fontenot, period.
True.
Because
I
all
agree.
the rookies
I
have
agree.
performed.
True. And I think that's what the bad taste in the mouth is. If you go back to that draft cap when we took a tight end at number 4. First, no other team in the National Football League have ever done that in history.
In history, bro.
History.
But here's the other thing, man. And then we're gonna get this. We're gonna go ahead and get to the next clip or whatnot. All I'm saying is this: at this point, what you have to look at is the bird's eye view of everything that we're seeing right now is ridiculous at this point. It's ridiculous because you can't answer a question straight up. There are many ways that you can answer a question without throwing anybody under the bus and keeping things on point. Just being honest with you on that. At this point, all you can do is just laugh, because all you're going to do is the way to describe that last comment was like a hamster running in a wheel. That's the best way to describe it. Now, here's something that most of you guys want to hear. And this right here is a question about, is this team a playoff team?
Never answered the question that way, because I think that any time you begin to have a conversation that doesn't involve where you are in the season and who you're playing next, you're getting caught up in stuff that you guys get to talk about, but we don't. We have got to focus on what needs to be done for to win a game, because that's really the only thing we can control.
Is this postseason talent? Is this team talented enough to be in the postseason?
I think when we went into the season, I think we said yes. I think that we continue to say yes. I think you still got to maneuver your way through the season on injuries, on who's available, on who isn't available.
I'm gonna say it like this.
No.
That's not a clear answer.
That's not a ringing endorsement, bro. I mean, that's not a ringing endorsement.
You should have given the line.
He wanted to say no.
Hold up. So this is my clip right here. I want to address this one. Y'all had y'all clips. Y'all can chime in, but I got to address this one. This is the one I wanted. I said earlier this season, said it during the off season, we do not have championship depth. Period. We have no championship depth, because that shows when your starters go down, you have a drop off with your backups. Let's be honest. You're seeing the drop off at the middle linebacker spot right now. You're seeing the drop off in the secondary when we're rotating corners and there's not a solid number 2. You're seeing the fact that we've been pushed around in the trenches a little bit, not too bad, but just a little bit. You're seeing the depth on the offensive line is inconsistent. The word this year is consistency. And I've been preaching this. The depth that should have been built should have been in the pretty much even during the trade deadline last year. That's when it should have started. And then you would have been able to piece a few things together. I understand the money situation, but here's my thing. If Howie Roseman can do it on a different kind of budget, we should be able to do it, because they make major moves and they find ways to get money and still pay people. We're having issues with Terry got the books right. But the question is this: does Terry still have full autonomy when it comes to making critical moves during the deadline, or making critical moves and bringing in championship depth? That's my question. Now, y'all can tap into this one, because I'm still fuming about that one, honestly.
Well, I do agree. We should have addressed the depth issue pretty much during the freaking Austin Smith era. That's where it started. And we really haven't recovered from that. from Jay. Draft clack after draft clack from Jay. Going for want instead of need. Now I do think Terry have more autonomy to make move this year, but the previous year, absolutely not. He can't retire. That meeting when he didn't show up should have told you how much leeway he had. If that was a glaring indication that he had none. And to you, historian, I'm about to pack and back off. We should have addressed it in depth a long time ago. You were right. You've been right. We got to give you flowers on that. You've been right about the depth on both sides of the ball, and it's showing up right now.
Here's the problem. I don't want to be right. I want them to prove me wrong. I'm tired of being right. That's what I'm saying. I'm tired of being right about the wrong stuff with this team. That's what I'm tired of. If that makes any sense to you guys in the chat, I'm tired of being able to see these things and being right about how this team is, even after wins. The thing I want to be wrong about is these guys being consistent and pretty much not just bringing in championship depth, but having consistency with not just winning ball games, but also being able to bring in guys that can help this team continue even after the contracts are paid or you trade guys off. That's all we want. We just want a competent football team here in Atlanta that can win games on primetime TV, games we're supposed to win against 1-6 teams, and also be competitive, competing for a divisional championship every year and let the chips fall where they may when the playoffs come. That is what I'm looking at.
But we haven't been a consistent team since 2017.
But that's the problem. That is the problem. And here's the thing. We understand why Dan Quinn had to go at that point. We understand why. But when you had guys that were behind him that could have taken the mantle and run, Matt LaFleur was right there in your building. You could have gave an opportunity to.
Look at him now.
Mike McDaniel, you had him. Vrabel, you interviewed him. Harbaugh, you interviewed him. It's just what it is. And here's the thing. What's up, Berto? I see you. I mean, I get it. You said that twice, but here's the problem. He doesn't want us playing in the preseason, but where's they gotten this team?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
If Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, and all these guys can play in the preseason, that shouldn't be a problem. This is my thing. If I'm a coach of a team, and we're gonna switch topics because this will be an all-night segment if we do this, and we still got to get with talk about the Pats. All I'm saying is this: when it comes to this team, if I'm a coach, I'm taking the Bill Parcells approach. If you expect me to cook for this team, you need to let me shop for the groceries.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. You need to let me shop for the groceries at this point. And let me do my job. But if you want a puppet, I'm not the coach for you. That's my thing. We got a yes man as a head coach, and we don't have anybody that's going to turn around and say, hey, do your job in the front office. Allow me to do mine here on this football field. Period. That's where I'm at with it, fellas.
I don't know, man.
So here's the deal. Before we move on, this is the main thing I really came on to say about this whole Rich McKay thing. When he said when they were putting his feet to the fire and answering relevant questions, these were by no means any, out of box or out of line questions. They're asking this man relevant questions. We, like I said, we just had a team that come into our building with one win and they blow us out. So of course, sports talk show hosts, they're going to ask questions. All right. And the main thing, I heard a snippet, I heard the whole interview. One thing that you didn't play was Rich McKay being so tone deaf to the fact that they would start asking him questions. A couple times in that interview, okay, the setting was this. They were on location at a particular event where they were honoring Art Blank to receive an award. Mm-hmm. That's why Rich McKay was there. Rich McKay saw Chilean Domino. They asked him to come over. Chilean DeMille had not talked to this man in 5 years. Not because of them, but because of Rich McKay. He did not want to talk to them. So Rich McKay came over, they sat him down, and that's when they start asking the questions. Not even midway through the interview, this man, and when he said it, I was floored. Like I said, I heard the whole interview live. He honestly said, I thought y'all brought me over here to talk about Mr. Blanket and where he was getting. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you that tone deaf to the fan base and what just happened on Sunday afternoon? To the Dolphins coming in town and blowing us out. Of course, we need answer. Questions got to be answered, and that's what Chilean DeMille did, and they had the same response. They said you can't be serious. We just had a team walk in with one win, and to blow us out. Of course, we got to ask you these questions, and that's why he started. Well, that's why he was teetering with the snippets that you heard. He was uncomfortable, but they had his feet to the fire. And shout out to Chris and Nick, because when they asked the whole interview, they were just going in, not going in, but asking questions fans wanted to hear. When Nick and Chris asked those questions, I promise you, the entire thousands upon thousands of Falcons fans were right, but he might as well have been in Mercedes-Benz Stadium by himself with the fans answer those questions. They were asking questions that the fans wanted to know, and this man refused to answer them. But the last thing he said, when he said that whole thing about Arthur New England, that was the biggest smack in the face to every single Atlanta Falcon fan. Period. For you to be that damn tone deaf, to be that damn tone deaf, to say, well, we're Arthur New England. No, we're not. No, we're not. What's your problem, bro? What's going on? And like I said, man, and I heard that. I almost had a conniption when I heard. I literally almost had an aneurysm when he said, "Oh, we're on it." And mind y'all, he didn't say that it was just that one snippet. He said about 4 times the whole interview. I counted. Look, guys, look, we're on something. No, the hell we're not. If you're that tone deaf, go ahead, my bad, bro. I'm just saying, bro. No. I'm saying, bro, man, like to hear the interview, dog, and the way this man dodging questions, and it's like, dude, you can't be serious. That's a slap in the face to the Falcons fan base, and that's why people are selling. That's why people are selling their season tickets.
You know what?
People are selling season tickets. They're done with it. That following Monday, you had people driving from Athens, driving from Conyers, driving from Douglasville. Season ticket holders say, I'm done with it. I'm selling my tickets. Driving from Columbus, I'm done with it. I'm selling my tickets. Because they don't trust this. They don't trust the organization. And I don't blame them. I'm glad I ain't got no damn season tickets.
Hey, Debo, you know what I'm going to do?
What's up, man?
I'm going to do it like this. We'll talk about the injuries and stuff like that, but because I know this is a hot topic for a lot of people, we're going to do a little something different. We're going to let fans come in here tonight. I'm going to open this up. No, at this point, because of the type of show that we have right now, because again, it's a lot of folks that have things they want to say. And what we're getting ready to do, we're not going to limit you, but we also have to rotate it. But we're also going to talk about the Patriots throughout this too. Now, there's something else that I got to bring up that you got to see. I'm going to open it up in a second. I want you guys to see this. Raheem Morris. Said this, and this falls into this interview, and I made sure I put this together for y'all. Raheem Morris says Atlanta's offense has been the best since 2016. Scott Kennedy, who works for Sports Illustrated, reported that. But let's talk about it. This is what was said. I'm gonna blow this up for you guys. It's like the best offense we've had since 2016. We've done a really good job over the course of 2 years, and we've done some really good things across the board, Morris said. We get better and better in the red zone throughout the year. We've got to do a better job in the red zone this year. I believe in my guys. I believe they'll do. I believe they will go out there and get stuff done. And I do believe we have a system in place. The coaches, you know what? I'm not even gonna go through all this BS. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna say it like this.
No, he
because
didn't.
I did. Oh yeah. We not letting him slide with this one.
No, he didn't.
Hey, Will, we'll let you get in here, whatever, because we already know what that is. But you're gonna have to wait for a second because we getting ready to chop this up before we start letting folks in. Now, I'm letting y'all know this now.
Oh boy.
The offense that we had in 2016 averaged over 30 points a game.
Right.
This team is averaging at least 21, 22 points a game. Big difference. And here's the other difference. That offense in 2016 and in 2017 could score at will.
And it's less than that, bro. We're averaging 17 points a game.
And here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, Debo. What they said on Sports Illustrated, they said it was 21, 22 points a game, but we know it's been less than that. That average has dropped from the last 2 games.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is this. Even though that team broke this city's heart, how dare you compare? You have the gall and the cojones to compare this riffraff of a team to that elite machine? Man,
and bro, hey, historian, that was the second thing I was going to. I'm glad you touched on it. When I said when the show started, I said I heard 3 things from organization in the past 4 days that made me just like curl them and say these fools had no clue. They're told that what they're talking about. One was, of course, the coach Richmond K, and one that you just said when Raheem Morris legit said with a straight face, this team is as good or better than the 2016 team. Like you said, how dare you? How dare you? And then you got Zach Robinson said, "Well, I know what's going on. We got to get it fixed." It's you.
Yeah.
It
ain't fix yourself.
It ain't just him. It ain't just him. It's the fact that we have. Here's the thing. It's the fact that we have no damn depth on this offensive line. It's the fact that we really are lacking when it comes to getting talent in here. I said this from the jump. I love Billy Bowman. I love Xavier Watts. We drafted 2 safeties because we know Jesse's leaving and we need depth. I get it. But you pass on Carson Vincent, who went in the 4th round and is a baller in Baltimore right now. Shout out to Alabama A&M, by the way. That's one of their products. Let's talk about it. You passed on a guy who's better than Jack Nelson. Yeah, I said it. Y'all don't like it. I said it. He's better than Jack Nelson. I stand on that. The man didn't give up no sacks, but yet and still, the scouting department is deficient when it comes to looking at the smaller schools, man. Come on.
But let me ask you a question real quick, Ron, and I hear what you're saying. When the draft happened, they were under the impression that they had a solid offensive line. You can't predict injuries, bro. So, of course, they're not going to sit here and draft the guy, that gentleman you talked about, when you got there's need that's needed. And what we need was safety.
Yeah. But what we needed was O-line because we were hurting bad in that offensive room. That's the problem.
Right.
The offensive line didn't have depth. The offensive line had injury issues last year, and a lot of the pieces that we had were really incompetent. I'm not calling the players that, but the way that they played was very incompetent. You needed to revamp the O-line because, look, you got your franchise quarterback that's had 3 serious injuries in his college career. You have to protect him at all costs because you took him at the number 1 spot.
Right. But what I'm saying is, right. Well, I agree. What I'm saying is this, though. You're saying that we should have drafted this gentleman out of Alabama A&M. And if, McGarry or Matthews or whoever didn't get injured, he would never seen the field. As opposed to us drafting somebody we actually needed, which is Billy Bowman.
But Storm Norton got hurt before the draft even happened. That ankle was already jacked up. Right. So we were already behind the 8 ball. We already had guys that were backups that were literally turnstiles. And think about it. Matthews just got hurt this year. The one thing that you have to always have, and this is something that Nick Saban has said, Bill Parcells, Bill Walsh, you always got to have trenches. You can get skill players any day, but the one thing you can't coach is size and skill. When you get those dancing bears that are in the trenches or whatnot, even with issues with the position, with the skill position, you can always go out and get a skill position guy. You can always do that. But you have to handle the trenches offensively and defensively.
But the thing that kind of make me mad, kind of cut you off, It's the fact that we could have addressed it a little bit in free agency, but instead we went and got Felipe Frank. Tell me how that makes sense.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You didn't interrupt. You made a hell of a point. We see you guys in the back. We're gonna let you guys up in a sec, but that's what I mean when I say incompetence in the scouting department. It's not just the draft guys you got to get. It's the guys that you see that's coming up that could possibly turn your team around. Think about it. Michael Turner was a third string guy in San Diego at the time, behind Sproles, behind Damian Tomlinson. Think about that. And he comes to Atlanta and is RB1. There are many guys across the NFL that could come here and start, and they got good footage, but the problem is we're not doing our due diligence in bringing in that type of talent. But again, this is what happens when you have incompetence. So, fellas, I'm gonna bring you guys up. We're gonna be rotating, folks. So when you come in here, we're gonna rotate you. We're gonna let you get what you want off your chest today, but we are gonna be rotating. We're not letting folks sit up like in the Benediction and Party Line show. This is actually one of the live shows or whatnot. So we're gonna rotate you guys tonight. And of course, we got Pink Slip Will and we got Ill Will in the building. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this down. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the this down real quick so everybody can see. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, Will.
What's going on, man? What's up, y'all?
What's going on, guys?
What's going
What's going on with y'all?
What's up, fellas?
I'm gonna let Will go first, and then I go last.
Yeah, man, I think it's a multitude of things when it comes to like the organization per se. When you're the owner of the team, you have to make sure that it's all about making decisions, man. But you have to hire the right people, put the right people in the right positions to make those decisions. And when I think it comes to the coaches, when it comes to personnel, when it comes to staff, you've got to hire the right coach that can make the right decisions. I don't think we hired the right guy in that aspect. But like from the accountability thing, dude, somebody has to take accountability, man. I'll be honest, nobody's going to respect a leader that does not take accountability. Like if you're wrong, you have to say that you're wrong in ways. And like you said, right, it's like when it comes to the depth of this team, man, we're not a championship team this year when it comes to that aspect. Somebody's doing something wrong. Nobody's taking accountability for it. And I feel like that's the issue.
Yeah.
And I think changes need to be made fast, man, because like we're pretty much seeing the best roster that we've seen since the last time we went to the Super Bowl. What was it, 17, 16?
Yeah.
2015,
2017.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've had some good draft picks, man. Some guys in particular, like which I know Jake Matthews was on that team, but I mean, he was a good pick. Bergeron. We had Penix, London, Bijan. I would say one of our worst first round picks was Vic Beasley. At one point, you know, he led the team. He led the league in sacks one year.
And Ted McKinley. Don't forget Ted McKinley was a bad draft pick too.
Yeah, he was.
But
Dude, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of bad ones.
no, and that's the thing. But I mean, I think the thing is that there's nobody taking accountability, and I just honestly feel like we don't have the people that we need to make the decisions that need to be made. Is what it comes down to, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing.
And here's the other thing, and to touch on what Berto was saying, I know you were talking about Devontae Freeman, but I'm just speaking on this because it's just the truth. Rest in peace to the legendary Art Shell, and I'm sorry, not Art Shell, excuse me, the legendary Gene Upshaw. Art Shell is still here, so please forgive me for that. And Gene Upshaw said this: the heartbeat of any football team, whether it's Pop Warner on up to the pros, is the offensive line. You do nothing without them. The game doesn't move without them. That is the heartbeat of a football team, period. Your team goes as they go, because guess what? If you can't score points, what is your defense going to do? They're going to get tired. So you have to have your trenches in order. It's pretty much just like having life insurance. You got to have your policy in order, period.
Right.
So at this point, we can run the ball all day. But when we play a team that's got a heartbeat or a coach that actually understands how pretty much, hey man, all I gotta do is stack the box against the pistol because he's already 6 feet in the backfield, 6 yards in the backfield. Guess what? I got guys that can get upfield. And they showed it. The 49ers showed it. The Dolphins showed it. The Buccaneers showed it. Everybody that we played against or whatnot, even the team, well, minus the wins that we got. Think about it. The teams that we lost to, they figured out, okay, stack the box and make Penix beat you because they're not going to call plays that are going to carve up a defense passing wise.
No vertical routes.
Carolina
no
definitely.
All the teams that beat us know our system inside and out, or they have some familiarity with our coaching staff.
Miami beat us with our own system last week.
They did.
But he knows our system. He knows our system better than our offensive coordinator because he's been running that system.
Very true. Very true.
Will, what you got, man? Because I already see you waiting or whatnot.
I'm gonna make it sweet and simple, man. Fellas, man, I hate to say it, man. I don't think this team is consistent enough to turn the season around. I can see they could put the effort in, but this team checked out on Raheem Morris when we got blown out, and the defense been on the field for 30 minutes, and the offense kept going 3 and out. Even Kirk Cousins was chewing out Zach Robinson. That shows me a lot, man. And this start from the top to the bottom. Off the blame, I understand you a businessman and you want to do what's best for the organization. I'm praying that you listen to this broadcast. I need you to cut your right hand man off, Mr. Easter Egg. Rich McKay got to go. 2004 since this dude been here. 21 years. This dude got to go.
Did you hear what Did you hear what I said? Will he going unless
I don't care. I want off the blink.
He's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you like this, brother. People in hell want ice water too, but guess what? They ain't gonna get it. This man ain't going. This is what you got to understand. This man is not going anywhere until, and the only place that he's going to probably end up going is probably
like Bobo and Kirby Smart.
I'm just gonna be real with you on that. The only place that he's gonna go, he's got to go up. That's pretty much where he has to go. He has to go up now. And when you talk about going up, it means he's got to work in the NFL front office. That means he has to become the next commissioner. So if you're looking at it, let's just be honest. This is what you can sit back and you can just chuckle and laugh and say, you know, this organization has made the wrong hires for years, pretty much since its inception in 1966. Think about this, folks, and you can look it up because it's true. It's in the papers and everything. My grandfather schooled me on it. We had a chance to get Don Shula when he got fired from the Colts. Think about that. Miami was horrible when he got there. He turned that thing around and literally went to 3 straight Super Bowls, and they were and they have the only undefeated season in the league. They went back to back and won 2 championships, but they went to 3 straight Super Bowls in the 70s, always was in the playoffs. They get to the 80s, they get to 2 Super Bowls, and were consistently in the playoffs when Don Shula was there. That could have been Atlanta's legacy. But yet and still, we had owners that didn't want to pay and didn't want to give up power. Now we have an owner that does not mind throwing money, but the problem is you're bringing in the wrong guys for leadership. So you can't win for losing. You can't make this up.
No,
you literally can't make this up.
Man, look at our track record, man. We had Jim Mora. We had Petrino. I mean,
don't
Mike
even
Smith.
mention Bobby Petrino because he walked out on us mid-season. Gutless coward. No,
that was the worst. They keep saying the worst coach. That was the worst coach in Falcon history.
Yeah, but I feel like Mike Smith was a good head coach that we had because Mike Smith always had him with office coordinator call, please.
Mike is still the winningest coach in franchise history.
Franchise history, yeah.
Percentage-wise, man, shout out to Mike Smith, Birdcage alumni. Out here, he did an interview for us about 1.5 years, almost 2 years ago. We appreciate you. Still gonna have him come back soon. We've been trying to get him back and whatnot. Like he said, he wanted to come back and talk some more ball, and he definitely can equate to this because when he was in Tampa, he had some of the same issues that like we're having right now.
Yeah.
So
And
again,
I'm still trying to wrap my head around Raheem saying this offense is better than one of the
man,
It was ignorant. It was ignorant.
Yeah,
That's the most
Great
ignorant
Bill.
things I've ever heard, bro.
Yeah, don't even
delusion.
feed that foolishness with this dude saying out his mouth. Because with everything he say something stupid, I just mute him every time he say something. Because right now, Raheem's playing with full of fire right now. And moving forward, this is my last time out, fellas, man. We need to clean house outside of Jeff Ulbrich. Marcus, the special team coordinator, Marcus Williams has to go. Zach Robinson has to go. We have to clean house and get some coaching staff with experience up here and gonna lead this team
You
to win the
have to.
victories.
Hey, look,
I'm
you
just
don't have
saying.
nobody else
If we
to
miss,
call.
I understand
Will,
it.
He has to
I'm
go.
saying after
Will.
this
Will,
year,
hold up.
we have to make some changes.
Go ahead, K-Dub, because I know. Look, because you got him first, and I tag team with you on this one because I know where I'm going with this. Go ahead.
Raheem ain't staying next year. I'm just gonna tell you that.
I understand that, but let the season play out. You don't know what's going to happen.
I'm just telling you. I don't have faith in this team gonna turn it around. It's too much of distraction and foolishness.
I don't want
right
to see
now.
you. I don't want to see you in 3 weeks and be telling me, "Oh man,
No, they got 4 weeks.
Play great."
I'm gonna give them 4 weeks.
No, what he's saying is this: he don't want to see for the rest of the season, even if they get to the playoffs, win a division or whatever. What he's saying is he don't want to see you in here celebrating that because of what you just said. And remember, this recorded. That's what
I'm holding myself accountable, and I owe y'all all y'all $20 each. And we change it around.
No. You don't owe me no money. You don't owe me
I'm
no
just
money.
saying.
You don't owe me no money.
I cash app you.
That's
we
between.
gonna
see. They'll take your. I don't want your money. I'm just saying, man. Week to week league. I been saying every week.
Yeah,
it's a week to week. Look at the entirety of NFL. Don't look at just the Falcons, okay?
No, I'm looking at other teams, but
the game I just seen the other night, them guys both had 3 losses. We only got we had 4 losses. Come on, man.
Well, I'm gonna say this here.
Right there.
This is where I'm gonna come in at. Here's my thing. You're talking about firing Raheem right now. Who the hell are you gonna bring in? You're so quick to try. No, hear me out. Because I want you to listen. I want you to marinate on this question before you answer this. Because if you don't, I'm gonna grind you up like fresh pepper in a grinder. I'm letting you know that now. Pause.
All right.
So I'm letting you know this now. So let the question marinate before you sit back and you drop in on this. Who are you going to hire for number one as your new head coach to come in? And if you do hire a new head coach, it's still a possibility that he might not try to keep Jeff Ulbrich because he might want to bring in his guys. Think about it. Ryan Nielsen didn't do anything wrong to get fired, and he got fired. He had our defense as a top 10 defense and literally got him the hell up out of here.
Yeah, I remember 2023.
So what I'm saying is, okay, you bring him in. Say you bring in a new coach. They don't want Jeff Ulbrich. They don't want Jerry Gray. They don't want the guys that are pretty much that has our defense balling out this year.
You had that continuity.
Who are you going to bring in? That's the question, because these assistant coaches aren't guaranteed a job if a new coach comes in. So are you willing to give up your defense that is a top defense in the league once you bring in a new coach? Because that's what's going to happen if the coach doesn't keep them around. Now you can go ahead and answer.
I just brag with somebody with some experience like John Gruden or somebody, whoever want to come in.
He ain't gonna get a chance.
Well, we need somebody.
Did he do anything? Did he do anything with the Raiders? No.
I mean, nah.
When they had us back, he didn't
I'm
do
just
nothing.
saying, we need somebody with coaching.
And the reason why we don't. I understand that, but you want somebody to call this offense this season, right? We don't have nobody on our coaching staff that can call them plays. TJ Yates, did he win a game in the season?
No, heck no, no. I'm saying after this year. That's what I'm telling y'all.
Nobody else.
This year.
So this year,
after the
we're talking about.
I'm not saying fire them now.
We know. No, but I understand that. We 5 minutes into the season, but we know he need to get by the end of the season. But right now, you got to support.
Yeah, we got 10 games left. 10
you know
games
what?
left.
You mentioned John Gruden. I'm gonna tell you just like this. As soon as you said this crap, this is what I think. That's what I think. That is what I think when you said John Gruden. That right there is crazy to me. Now, I respect the fact that he took a team that was already built to get a championship. I get it. But here's my thing. You take a risk of bringing a guy in here that wasn't worth a damn. And you saw the results when Tony Dungy went to Indy. Indy pretty much went to a Super Bowl. Indy was consistently in the playoffs. So again, Gruden, you know, no, hell no. But in this situation, dog, I got a matter of fact, hold up. Shout out to We Talk Hawks TV in the building, our country cousins and whatnot, as we call them. If y'all are Atlanta Hawks fan, please check them out. They're definitely doing big things over there. Had a great debate last night on what the Hawks are doing.
Yeah, man, Hawks.
Because let's keep this a book.
They need a new coach too. They need a new coach.
Oh yeah, that's what my point was getting ready to be. Because the Hawks and the Falcons are looking real familiar right now. They have all this talent. Think about it. They got all this talent. They got two good general managers that understand how to bring in talent, but you got coaches that know how to trick it off. Pretty much like $100 in ones at Magic City Monday. That's pretty much what they doing. They tricking off the talent. So again, all I'm saying is you have too much talent on this ball club to literally piss it away the way that you're doing. You practically have your offense is full of first round picks.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Man, it just man, it's to me, man, Ryan, and I'm gonna be honest, God, if we don't use our game situation and scheming on offense, we're gonna have a long season because we have to play with some urgency because these plays some this tough schedule in November is brutal. I think the Patriots they are top 5 in stopping the run. You got the Colts playing on fire. They 7-1 with Indy. What's his name? Daniel Jones. He's playing fire. His hand on fire.
Yeah.
So we got to be like ready to roll these 2 games up. But like I said, fellas, I'm gonna be in the background, man. I see you in the benediction era or the party line Sunday if we get this dub. But moving forward,
these kind of game we're gonna go win though. We lose this game that supposed to win.
They got the shoulder.
I'm telling you, man.
You got like what Quavo say. You got to walk it.
Teams we lost to.
I'm going,
the team
man.
we lost to are the teams that know our coaching staff very well and our scheme. That's why we got beat. So I'm telling you.
They still no excuse.
So here's the thing. If y'all want to jump in,
I ain't saying an excuse. I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, if
I ain't saying an excuse. It's the truth.
If y'all want to jump in, folks that's in the chat, I pretty much have the link I put out there. I'm gonna put it out there again. So if you want to come in and talk about this, we're also gonna talk a little bit about the Patriots, but right now the burning topic at hand is pretty much the state of the Falcons right now. It's the state of the Falcons all the way around. And when that interview dropped, everybody's talking about it. Here's the other thing. The other thing that pissed me off this week was we're practicing inside. Why the hell are we practicing inside at this point? That's the question.
Yeah.
Why are we practicing inside?
I want us outside.
We need to be outside because the weather is a lot chillier up north right now than it is down south.
Today would have been perfect.
So at this point, this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of things that's coming up with this ball club, and you're seeing the level of incompetence that's here. And here's the thing, fellas, because we're rotating folks and whatnot. We ended up getting Will in here for a sec, letting him go off because we were talking about the interview. But here's the other thing. Atlanta right now is not even favored to win this game on the road. And rightfully so because of the beatdown that we took on Sunday. That's my thing. All this week, they should have been outside prepping. You shouldn't have been inside at all this week. Outside, outdoors. You need to have your kicker kicking outside because you don't even trust him in the elements. You don't even trust him in the dome. So what makes you think that practicing inside is going to help this ball club at this point?
I don't get the mind. I would have left I would have left. I would have left I would have left probably Wednesday or Thursday, and try to get acclimated to New England, especially that temperature out there. I mean, but like I said, I'm just a fan trying to be a coach. But to me, I understand why Will is frustrated the way he is. I don't agree with him, but I understand. We put up 10 points the past 2 weeks.
So
And it just, to me, you don't know what you're gonna get with the team. You might get a playoff team 1 week, then you might get a freaking JV team the next week. We just don't know.
So Will, do you have any final thoughts? Because we're gonna rotate you up out here because we got some other guys that are gonna rotate in. Like I said, we're not letting folks hang around tonight, not trying to be funny, but we really are letting folks.
I think Will gone.
Yeah, Will gone.
No, we got Ill Will right here. That's Ill Will. Pink Slip Will is he in the chat.
Oh, you
we talk about Ill Will right here. That's on the camera.
Oh, my bad, Will.
Okay, I'm sorry. We got 2 Wills. I'm sorry.
I think things would have been a lot better, like had Raheem addressed the issues with Zach Robinson instead of firing Ike Hilliard.
Thank you.
I think we wouldn't be in. I think a lot of things could be solved if we would just get a new OC. But that's the issue.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Hey,
But
Will.
no, I mean, I think I was gonna say, I think if like had we addressed those issues with Zach Robinson, like I think a lot of things could be solved with this team with the new OC. Like if we kept the same coach, same head coach, same ownership, like Jeff Olber, just a new OC. But the issue is now I just don't think the team trusts Raheem anymore after the firing of Ike Hilliard, and I just like that's my concern, and that's why I'm not super confident like in the rest of this season. Honestly, I just don't know if these guys are behind our head coach. You know what I mean?
He should have took ownership, man.
But here's the problem. It's not just that, Will. The problem is when you had a guy that was in his locker room to call you out on this BS, no one else called you out on it, and you got in your feelings and you got hurt and you got that man and you pretty much cut him and sent him to New York. Pretty much what you did. And the guy was a reliable slot receiver. Say what you want. Okay. He wasn't getting the rock this year. They started to ice him out. He wasn't bad. The man had over 500 yards last year. And he was a solid slot receiver, and he was a chain mover. And he literally fit what we were doing. So again, hey, but we definitely appreciate you, Pink Ill Will and Pink Slip Will. We see you in the chat. Thank you for coming through. We definitely appreciate it. We're gonna be rotating some folks. So if you're trying to get in for a sec, we're rotating right now. So we not letting them hang around today. But let's go ahead and get to it. So the first that came in was excuse me, guys. Apologize about that. The first that came in was Nick. Then I'm sorry, it was Deshaun, Nick, then Wolf, Dre, and then John. That's how we gonna rotate it or whatnot. So Deshaun, what you got for us, man?
Okay, I got 2 things for you. Why? Okay, one thing. No, this is not one thing. This is the comeback about why people think I see gonna turn around. First, when Raheem said we had a better team than 2016, that's let you know I seen the turnover. And then what Zach said in his interview, he not changing the plays on offense. You're definitely not gonna change the way we're gonna go forward. Because if he keeps the same play, he been playing all the year, all the season. Where they gonna win it?
Yep.
He said, look, so they telling us they giving up on the season, but people are still talking about, well, it's gonna be they're gonna change. They're not changing. They tell you in their interview they're not changing nothing. So all of get ready to. I'm gonna call it a comedy show. Cause I'm not gonna be mad. I want to sit there and watch the game and laugh until they might maybe win. Because if they keep the same play they've been playing for all this season, we ain't gonna playoff. We ain't getting a division. And like Will said, people at the end of the year gonna pick up their pick slip.
Yep. And that's pretty much where they're going with that. So, but we definitely appreciate you on that one, Deshaun. Thank you, my brother.
Yeah.
Hey, but getting back to it because we're gonna be rotating folks because we've been on for a little bit. So next, what you got, Nick?
Well, I just want to comment on what Will was saying. Like, I agree with y'all. I don't feel like getting rid of Raheem like in the middle of the season is the answer. One, because it's like, who you gonna promote? Zach Robinson? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who you gonna put as interim head coach? Jeff Ulbrich? We already seen that didn't work the first time in New York. So like, that's like going backwards. You know what I'm
So
saying?
get Jerry
And
Gray a shot.
I mean, yeah, you could get Jerry Gray a shot. I
Well,
mean,
Jerry's already been an interim head coach before, and he wasn't bad. So again,
Oh yeah, okay. There you go.
if
okay,
you
there
do
go.
put somebody in that position, you have senior leadership that's respected in this locker room.
Right.
True.
That's the difference. Jerry is respected. Body of work says enough from being a player as well as a coach. Both of his
Right.
careers was respected.
It's already been proven, man, that Ulbrich. It's already been proven that Ulbrich is. I don't think he wants to be a head coach.
Yeah, I think he's chilling at this defensive coordinator.
I think he wants to master his craft as being a defensive coordinator before he does anything, because that's just the type of guy he is.
Yeah.
So Wolf, what you got for me, man? Because I know, like I said, we rotating folks through here, and I know you and John are patiently waiting, and I know you got something for me today.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's going on, everybody. Hope everybody's good. You know what I mean?
Bro, Wolf.
God
You
bless.
doing, Wolf?
Wolf.
Peace and blessings.
Nice
everybody.
hat. Nice hat, Wolf.
What up,
Yeah,
Wolf?
you know
Hey,
me,
Wolf.
man. I'm always gonna show out. You know what I
Hey
mean?
Wolf, if I would have known you was coming, I'd have downloaded the sound effects, so I got to do it for you.
Yeah, that's all good, man. I'm gonna say this. I agree with everything that the organization is doing right now.
What you mean, Wolf? What you talking about, Wolf?
I agree with everything that they said. Everything that Rich McKay said is 100% true. Everything that Raheem said is 100% true. Everything that Zach said is 100% true. And even my captain of the team, when he went to the podium today, is 100% true. I mean,
So
listen.
hold up, I'm gonna stop you right there because I gotta ask you something because I put this out early.
Sure.
So you believe that this team is on par with that 2016 team? That comment that Raheem said, I'll pull it up in the jumbo for you.
Listen, I think that they believe that. That's fine. I mean, listen, I understand the frustration. I get it, but a lot of things that they said is, it's easy to play the villain when you're in that role. It's easy to play the villain, right? It's what we look for is the villain. Again, everybody has their opinion. I think that, it's just the frustration of the fan base, but at the same time, I mean, look, the proof is in the pudding. I challenged every Atlanta Falcon content creator subscriber to come in and tell me why are we better than the Bucks. I put money up, my own money. Nobody came. I told people that we are not better than the Bucks. Not going to be better than the Bucks for at least 2 years.
Wolf. So when you say every Atlanta Falcon content creator, I didn't get the message.
I get it, but it's
but the thing that I would say,
I got
a lot of pushback this offseason for that.
Sure.
I said the best team in the division was Tampa. We have talent on this team to compete with them, but I said the experience that they have is what they have over us because they've been to the postseason. They've had to win games from behind. We don't have consistency, and I said they were consistent. So I would have been pretty much leaning with you on that one. But
listen, it just look, I get it. Everybody wants to have their say. Me personally, I don't have a problem with what Rich McKay said. I really don't. And again, it's just the frustration. It's who we lost to and how we lost to them. And I understand that completely. I get it. A 1-6 team is not supposed to come in your house and do that. And I understand that. But if you look at the NFL the way it is now, I mean, anybody could win on Sunday. I mean, the Jets just came back on Cincinnati.
That's what I keep trying to tell everybody.
and again, like, look, and again, I pay attention to all 32 podcasters. Everybody does a great job. My timeline is flooded. NFL, UFC. I love it. Cincinnati Bengals ain't jumping off the mountain. They just lost to the Jets.
Nope.
Jet fans, listen. Look, the heart of the city in New York is different than the heart of the team that's in Atlanta.
Yep.
And the Falcons are not the heart of the city. They never were.
Nope.
They never can be. And they can't sustain a decade of losing. And that's just my opinion. If anybody, has a different opinion,
Hey, Wolf, I disagree with that last part just a little bit, man. I think that if Atlanta was to win the Super Bowl, I think that last part you said wouldn't be it wouldn't come to fruition.
Okay.
So I disagree with that one.
I understand that, but if we're talking facts, they haven't won a Super Bowl.
Right.
So
right. So
again, right. So put it to you like this, right? I'm from New York.
Mm-hmm.
But the Giants haven't won a Super Bowl in like 10 years.
And the Knicks
but
are the heart of this city.
But they have championships in New York as a
the
basketball
Knicks are the
town.
heart of this city.
Yep.
So what's your point? Like
the point
Knicks
is
haven't
that
been-
you know
the
what I'm
Knicks
saying,
just-
for the
just
Falcons
now
to
became
compete
good,
for that
though.
heart of the city, they gotta win.
Okay.
They gotta win, bro.
Okay.
Listen, I'm look, is for me, if I look at it as an outsider, I'm like, oh, that's Georgia Bulldogs, Braves, and then come the Falcons or maybe the Hawks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see
When
that.
you in
I
the
can see what
city,
you said
when
there,
you in
yeah.
this city right here, it's the Knicks come first. Yankees.
Yep.
The Giants and Jets are way down. They
Mm.
way down the line.
Well, here's the thing, though. Your Giants was winning. Well, not your Giants, but the Giants was winning Super Bowls way before the Knicks were even good.
Yeah.
But New York is a basketball city.
But Ewing is a
because of all
god
the
here.
sports. But let's be
Ewing is
real.
a god.
But think about it though. New York is it's two sports that run New York. It's basketball and boxing.
Sure.
It's boxing.
Sure.
It's just like Philly. I live here in Philly. It's bad. So here's the thing: the Eagles, boxing, and then everything else comes afterwards. These people are diehard here. The Eagles are the number one team in this city. Period. And that was before they won championships.
Yeah, listen, I just wanted to say that. I know you guys got to get to more people, but I just want to say, listen, man, I don't look, I'm going to the Seattle game. I'm going to the Saints game. I'll be in the building. I'm going to 2 games. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to the last game of the season because I want to see who really going to support this team when we down in the dumps. I'm 10 toes down. I'm going. I'll be in the building. So, listen, I'm going to love this team regardless of where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question, and man, fellas, I got to dip out a little bit, man. Hey, first and foremost, man, Ryan, man, thank you for having me on, bro. I got to dip out a little bit, but before I dip out, man, I got a question. You know what I'm saying, for Wolf and K-Dub, and for the whole panel. The way the team is constructed, and this ain't no, I'm just simple yes no. The way the team is constructed right now, with a leadership and a scheme, everything across the board. Do you see the next 10 games? You see his team going 7-3?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. If we don't go 7-3, we're not going to the playoffs.
I see us going
But
6
like
and 4.
K-Dub got a point though, because like we win the games we not supposed to.
I'm gonna
Right.
give you
I feel you on that. But overall, the next 10 games, if we don't go 7-3, we're not going to the playoffs.
So Debo, I'm gonna give you.
I said we're gonna win 9 wins, and we going in as a wild card. I said that.
But here's my thing. And Wolf, everybody else on the panel. Here's my thing. I'm not giving a record prediction because I've been saying this all year. I said at the beginning of the year, this team has the potential to be 11-6 or 10-7. So what that means is my word of the year has been consistency. We have yet to have a consistent ball club. So I understand that everything can happen. It can turn around. We've seen things like this happen. But until we see that wholeheartedly, it's still a question mark at this point because we're playing hypotheticals with a team that can't even have accountability.
Yeah.
So
And that's a problem.
And that's the problem.
And I'm
talking about what can happen.
Hey, look, K-Dub, before you go, everybody else, before y'all go, I'm gonna say this: we doing the kid a disservice. We doing the kid a disservice.
Absolutely.
We doing the
Yeah,
kid,
yeah.
bro.
We're not giving him the tools that he needs, bro. Yeah.
Debo vibes. And everybody here, before I go, I'm gonna say this: we doing the kid a disservice. We also doing the GM a disservice.
Yeah.
We also doing. We not. I'm just saying, like, listen, man. Look. I don't want to get political. I don't want to get racial lines and none of that. But what I'm saying is, we doing the kid a disservice. The kid probably looking at it like, yo, what the hell did they draft me for, bro? Because I'm looking horrible out here. I'm
So
just
this
saying.
is
that's true.
So let me. I want to make my point real quick, man. And I'm glad you said that, Wolf, man, because I'm a Terry Fontenot fan. I'm one of those fans, man, that believes that Terry Fontenot has done his job and done it effectively enough to get us the talent that's currently on this team. And with that being said, man, and the route that I feel like we're going down as a team, I feel like the fans feel like they can't trust the Falcons. And the only way you can get past that is you got to have some accountability, right? And that goes team wide, all the way, all from the top all the way down. That's where it goes. Me personally, man, I think that if we continue down this route, we are gonna let Raheem go. And shit, maybe he can go to Ohio State with Zach. But
Oklahoma State.
Oh, there you go. My bad. Oklahoma State. My fault.
One of them.
Yeah, one of them. I think, man, that if that happens, Terry Fontenot should be retained, and he should be retained, and so he can be allowed to find his coach that he actually needs in order to get this program to the next level over the hump. Right.
But wasn't
Raheem his coach? Hold on. And I think that Terry Fontenot should keep Brick. And it should be a stipulation in Brick. I mean, it should be a stipulation for Terry and the next head coach that he goes to go get that you are keeping Brick. And then you allow Brick to select 3 of his coaches that he wants to stay from his defense. And then we go into next season that way.
No head coach would agree to that, bro.
Why not?
John, wait a minute, fellas.
No
John,
head coach would agree to that. If he hire a head coach, bro, we all know they're gonna bring. They want to bring in their own staff, people they can relate to, people they know scheme to. They're gonna bring in their people, bro. They're not a head coach ain't gonna come in on those stipulations. Well, we're gonna hire you a head coach, but these people here right now, they gotta stay. And then the head coach be like, hell no.
So hold up, before
Ryan
wait a minute,
said,
hold
Ryan
up,
Nielsen.
fellas. Wait a minute. John been sitting down here waiting patiently, and he ain't said one word.
Oh, that's John. I ain't know.
John been waiting.
Yeah.
And just like Dre was waiting, John.
What's up, John? I didn't know you were down there.
We'll sit there and get off the rails, and John won't even get his point in. He been sitting down there waiting for damn 10, 15 minutes. So, John, I apologize on that. We was cooking, but John, please enlighten us on how you're feeling about everything that we've discussed so far, sir.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
I see
yes,
that. I
sir.
see something.
Yeah,
shiny.
I didn't know you were down there.
Hold on one second. I had to. Okay, I'm in the truck. Was getting ready to go in the Mexican restaurant and see if I could down that 24-ounce super turbo margarita they got, but I think I talked to y'all first.
Don't do it.
And gentlemen, I don't want to preempt you guys. You guys were cooking, and I don't want to put my hand on the stove while anybody cooking. But I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna say. Ever since.
Oh no!
Man, cliffhanger, bro. What the hell?
Man, that's it. That's one of them next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Man, you want to tell my cliffhanger, dog? Damn.
On the next episode.
Hey, Wolf. See, John is pretty much exactly like you when it comes to certain things. Oh, there you go. He back.
Yeah. Back.
Go ahead, John.
Okay. Let's go. Go, John.
Go ahead, John.
Can't hear nothing.
John, you there?
It ain't working, bro. It's It's not. It's
John,
not. He
It
might
might
well.
be,
He might as well get that 24
crazy.
ounce margarita, bro. It ain't happening.
Might be
No,
whatever. But
Hey,
listen,
he-
fellas, yo, Ryan, appreciate you. Birdcage, appreciate y'all.
for
Depot,
sure.
man. Hopefully, me and you get up soon. Everybody, man, listen, man. Look, man, don't even worry about it. We're gonna be okay. Just listen, man. Let's just look. The best thing we could do is say 10 toes down.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
There you
a
go.
lot of people gonna have
We ain't
great
too deep.
topics, stuff like that. Please, man. Just look, man. Let's see what's going on, man. Let's see if we can get the victory on Sunday, because we got to play a monster co-team in overseas. So let's just keep the faith and listen,
We
man.
need to talk about the Patriots shit, man.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Dre, here's the thing. We pretty
listen,
much.
yo, right. I gotta go, but
whole
listen,
show.
if you got kids, keep them safe tomorrow, Halloween, all that stuff, man. Peace, God bless y'all.
Hey, Wolf,
Everybody,
no,
man.
wait. Tell the folks where they can find you at.
Man,
You
you can
ain't finna
find
just
me,
slide
man.
out here and not give me that.
You can find me at Wolf Respectfully. You can find me on TikTok 28 to 3. I'm popping over there right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting everybody over there. All the Patriots fans, they come to get me. I'm over there. I'm fighting. I'm wilding on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting them in the garbage cans. I'm all over the place over there. So you already know what it is. Debo Vibes. I gotta check out the macaroni and cheese places you be getting, Ryan. Y'all be doing y'all thing. The Dubs, everybody here, man. Y'all be doing y'all thing. Everybody in the chat. Listen, everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody who support this team. Hold your head up high, man. If you a Falcon fan and you a real one, hold your head up high, bro. Hold your head up high, bro. Don't let these Patriot motherfuckers talk crazy. Sorry to curse, but don't let them. They talking crazy. I'm probably gonna catch a charge this week. You feel me? That's what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, let's start the GoFundMe. Hey, we about to start the
No
GoFundMe
charge.
and whatnot for my guy. So
No
shout out,
charges, man.
Bail him out,
shout out
man.
to my
I'm
man
gonna catch
Wolf.
a
always
charge this
keeping it
week,
real.
man. Hey,
Big
salute
Wolf.
to y'all, man. God bless y'all, man.
Most
Later,
definitely.
man.
Hey man,
Hey,
right
man.
behind Wolf, man. Right behind Wolf, man. I appreciate
Debo.
you. Hey, Ryan, man, K Dub, Gray Beard, you know what I'm saying? Panel, man. Thank y'all so much for having me on, man. You know,
Sure,
deal
man.
is,
Sure,
man.
sure.
Just I'm about to head out, get my chill on. Hey, Debo Vibes on YouTube. Check your boy out. Foodie reviews, all that good stuff, man. I'm gonna do another one tomorrow. Check it out. But we got to turn this thing around on Sunday, man. I know I got to. I'm a twin, and my twin brother, he's in Boston. He's a big time Patriots fan.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
So tomorrow,
You gonna get to talk that trash. You gonna get to talk that trash.
So matter of fact, we're gonna talk trash
back to the
live.
wall.
We're gonna talk trash live
Back to the
tomorrow
wall.
at 9:30. At 9:30, he's coming on my channel, Debo Vibes. We're gonna talk about the game. He's gonna be his Patriot regalia. I'll be my Falcons regalia. And you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a battle of blood. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna knuckle up.
Hey,
And we're gonna do our thing 9:30 tomorrow, bro.
make sure you let your just make sure you let
For sure.
your brother know we go raw when we go up to New England. We finna just get it. No
Oh,
Vaseline.
bro, trust me, man. Hey, it finna be on and popping.
Hey man, appreciate
It's finna be on and popping, man. I holler y'all boys
Get
later,
'em.
man.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
John stepped out. So we got the last two in the building. Any final thoughts, guys? Because I was trying to get John back up, but he keep popping out. John, you might as well just go ahead and get your margarita if you ain't got it, dog. Because it seems like you keep popping in and out, man. Just calm your nerves. Because I'm probably going to end up doing a pop tomorrow during the break. Because we needed to have one every once in a while. You got to have one of these type of shows where everybody can come in, chop it up, not just the benediction, but every once in a while we got to have a show like this. If we don't get too far with the Patriots today, I'll probably end up doing a pop-up show and just doing a quick breakdown of the game for tomorrow or whatnot. But this right here is just for the fans. But Dre, now you were just saying about this team or whatnot. I know you were saying about Terry, but the problem is we have yet to see in NFL history not too many GMs survive two coaches being bad.
No, you absolutely right, man. I'm just wishful thinking. That's really what I'm doing. But at the same time, man, I stand on what I believe. I really do think Terry has done his job effectively enough to where he's warranted that second. I think Terry can turn this franchise around.
Well, he inherited this franchise when it was at one of his lowest points. So
Exactly.
at this point, for him to be able to make the moves like that, I get it. But we already know that we don't know how patient these folks are gonna be in this front office with him,
Right.
because he
Right.
literally just was able to finally get to, draft his own guys. And you saw
Yep.
that aggressiveness.
Agreed.
But I can tell you one thing. That might save his ass.
What's up?
If we mess around and get Quentin Williams, I think a coach would do it then. I think a coach will sign up for, hey, be the head coach. You bring in your own offensive staff, and Old Brick is gonna do his damn thing. But I could be wrong, man.
And that's the only problem with bringing in a brand new coach, as I was explaining to Will, that every coach does not want to, because you already know that them coaching circles are small. So everybody knows everybody. So the next coach that might come here, if Raheem gets fired, might not rock with Old Brick like that.
Yeah.
So, that's the problem. So, that coach would want to start his own staff, want to do his own program, and he really wouldn't care if you had a top-ranked defensive coordinator. We saw that with Ryan Nielsen. They brought in Jimmy Lake was brought in, and we saw
that was a fireable offense by his damn self. If you ask me, ain't no way in hell that you should have did that.
Yeah, now players can learn new system, and we start this clock all back over again, man. Because when you bring in a new system, new coaches, you got to start the whole wheel back over again, because these guys got to learn new terminology and everything. So that's what you got to do when we start this thing over.
But Dre, we definitely appreciate you stepping in with us tonight, my
Appreciate
guy.
you, my guy.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, you guys have a good one, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm gonna go ahead and make this thing quick for us or whatnot. We're gonna do X factors. I'm gonna get into the regular topics tomorrow. I'm just gonna do a pop-up show for the topics tomorrow. So if y'all want to tune in, come on back. I'll have you tomorrow, but we'll get into a little area because we needed to let the fans get in here today. It's cool to have a change of pace from time to time. So the first thing that we're getting ready to jump into, these X factors for this week. So we have the X factors, but the one thing that we're going to sit back and talk about with the X factors, it comes in with the injury report that we have currently at this point. So with the injury report that we have, gentlemen, you have Darnell Mooney, he practiced. You also have Michael Penix Jr., he practiced, limited participation. Storm Norton's a full go. Jesse Bates, limited practice. Drake London, Billy Bowman, Jalen Walker, Kyle Pitts. Those are the guys that had limited practice, but they're saying they'll possibly be coming back this week. So with that being said, let's pick out these X factors for this week. I'm going to go ahead and say offensive line's got to be the X factor for the offense this week. And for the defense this week, the safeties. I'm putting both of them in there. Safeties and O-line this week. I'm not doing singular players because we have too many things that we got to cover, and it's a lot of things that we got to just pretty much make up ground in a short period of time. Who you got, K-Dub?
Man, I'm going singular. I'm going actually start and play. I'm going Penix on the offensive side and Jalen Walker on the defensive side. If these guys do suit up and play once.
Okay.
Those are my X factors.
Jalen is a possibility. We don't know if he's going to play yet. I know he's limited. It's a possibility. Hopefully he can. Yeah, that's why I was saying I hope he can play.
If he
miss that one.
But a lot of the guys that I would like to take are on this list. So, because a backup player will be Billy Badass if he doesn't play. So we'll see.
At this point, man, this is just the sickest thing that we can, this is one of the sickest things at this point, man. It's just like all these injuries have mounted up. But Ray Bear, who do you have for your X factors this week, man?
Well, for me, offensively, I'm going to group. I need to run it back. Bijan only had 9 carries last week. Tyler only had 5.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna work. Them two have to shed a rock, man. So I need the running back to step up this week. Collab with your offensive line. For me, defensively, linebacker core. I can't. Lord have mercy. Beltran. If you can try to go back to your Notre Dame days, just for one day, let it be Sunday. Cause you becoming everybody's favorite target with tight end. So I need the linebacker core to really step up, man. I don't know who Leonard Floyd. I don't know. I mean, he'll show flashes every here and there, but man, I just need them core linebackers to get prepared because this offense is pretty. With Drake May at the helm, it's pretty freaking dynamic. They averaging over 20 come out points a game, and they can run the ball effectively with Stevenson. So
Well,
I just need them guys to step up. They're over my X factor.
Well, Stevenson didn't participate, so he's pretty much not going to be playing pretty much on Sunday. He's got a toe injury, and like I said, that right there is going to be a huge difference. But they didn't have limited participation. They're either guys that are practicing or they're not, and they're coming in with a few banged up guys, but their roster is a little bit healthier than ours. So we just have to make sure that we're ready to go, and not just being ready to go. We got to make sure that we capitalize on this ball game Sunday. So
we gotta do something, man.
So what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm gonna do a pop-up show tomorrow. I hadn't decided the time, and I'm just gonna do a quick breakdown on what we need with this team. But tonight was just a night I just thought about it. It was cool. We had our topics set up, and we pretty much covered majority of the topics, but this needed to be a night where we talked about accountability for this ball club. Period. So tomorrow I'll have all the NFL, pretty much all the intricacies for the team tomorrow. But today was just a day that we just changed it on the fly. Sometimes we do that. So wanted to make sure that we had you guys squared away. But great bid, K-Dub. Appreciate y'all brothers for coming through as always. Definitely enjoyed working with y'all tonight. And we'll definitely catch you guys on the next go round, fellas.
Yeah, sure.
For sure.
Good
night.
Also, want to shout out to the chat. We appreciate you guys for coming through tonight. But I also want to give a special shout out to Mr. George Atkinson, HBCU alumni, Morris Brown College, one of the best in the game, Georgia boy from Savannah. Passed away this week. Very tough. He was supposed to be, he actually, by the way, shout out to Mr. Lincoln Kennedy, by the way, former Raider and former Falcons first round pick who did a show with us. He's Birdcage alum. He was setting that up for us to have Mr. George Atkinson to come on the show, but it didn't happen and it sucks. But it's just one of those things where all you can do is just sit back and just, it was his time. Thank God I was able to get him thank God I was able to actually get him a poster that was created. But I want to go ahead and give a little quick shout out and tribute to Mr. Atkinson. So fair use. We're going to talk about Mr. George Atkinson for a second, and then I'm going to shut it down. So fair use, folks. Guess it didn't want to pop up just yet. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Fair use. And here we go.
103,000 were ever as intimidating as the 1976 Oakland Raiders, and their hardest hitters were Jack Tatum and George Atkinson.
George Atkinson, when he had a little hook, George wasn't really big enough to take on some of those fullbacks and guys, so he would come in from the side and just hook them right across the face, in the eyes, in the nose, under the chin, and he was great at it, and he did it with the power.
You can see receivers kind of pulling up. You can see it in their eyes. You can see fear in the receiver's face. The tough ones hang tough in there, but the ones that don't have a lot of heart, they give it up.
Even star tight end Russ Francis had trouble going up against Atkinson in the 1976 playoffs.
George popped Russ Francis right in the nose, broke his nose. It bled the whole game. I said, George, why did you do that? He said, well, that guy's 6'5", 230 pounds, and I'm 5'11", 180, and I just had to let him know that that's the way it's going to be today.
Rest in peace to Mr. George Atkinson. I had to make sure that I put that out there because he's a Georgia legend, and we support HBCU players here on this show too. And he was one of the nastiest to ever do it and one of the best to ever do it, and literally let you know that down South Georgia boys wasn't nothing to play with. And that goes back to his playing days coming out of Morris Brown College that we ended up getting Alfred Jenkins from. So rest in peace to George Butch Atkinson. And that's how I'm going to close the show on that. I want to thank you guys. We'll have a pop-up show for you tomorrow, and we definitely got mad love for you. And we're going to break down the Patriots and the Falcons. We'll catch you tomorrow. Ghosts.